Hey folks, Sandamtod here. Doing a quick video. Not really sure how this is going to go. We'll start off with the question. Um, Today when I was at work, Ben posted a question because of a Penny Arcade article, a comic that had gotten posted, and it had generated some um, controversy or dialogue, I guess, between peoples as to the used game market, and whether it's a good thing or not. And you know I guess THQ or something had said they didn't want GameStop selling their games or something, but really, there's no legal recourse. It's just, and then we got to talking about different things about it. And I'm of the mind that you really can't control it. If there wasn't a GameStop, there's the internet. If there wasn't the internet, there's just trading with your friends. I mean, locally, or selling them in the newspaper at a garage sale. I mean, you can't stop selling used games. It's just the way it is. So I don't know. I don't understand. I think the thing is the big developers and stuff are saying that they're not making as much money on their games because the secondary market's eating up that share that they would get from the first party buyer. And it does in a way. My solution to that was to make your company more cost effective and really overthink your game before you start working on it, and then being, smart with your money as when you're putting it together, so your game doesn't cost $50 or $60 million if it doesn't have to, and maybe it only costs $7 or $8 million, and you can recoup that, And these, big game companies want to bitch, oh, we, designed a $50 million game, and we're only making $30 million back, and I'm like, then you need to work smarter or design to the $30 million developer platform, so you're making your money back instead of expecting, because my deal was if you make everything, if there is no used game market, people just aren't going to buy the games, and then the stock sits on the shelf, then it gets old. Retailers want to get it out of their stores, think of the new product in there, so they start marking it down, and you won't make as much money on it anyway. So I mean, I don't know. So, but that generated the conversation via one of these developers said, well, in the next generation of consoles, it'll probably be shifting over to DLC anyway, so that's the solution, because you won't be able to buy used DLC, so everything will be downloadable. And to me, that's a killer. And this is where it comes down to my question: what do you think about everything moving to downloadable content? I think it's a horrible idea. I know that it's trending that way. I know eventually it'll probably go that way. But I'm not just a gamer. I'm a collector. And I want the tangible CD in my hand. I want the instruction book. I want the whole thing, And I want it to go on my shelf so I can have my collection and display it. I don't want a little box on my desk with a bunch of stuff on it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like emulators. They want the collection, they want the cartridges that plug into the systems, that they want that experience. You can have 900 games on an emulator. I know I just modded my Xbox. I love having the convenience of all that in one place, but will it stop me from buying the original stuff? No way. It won't. And Ben and I are of different views on this. He doesn't have a problem with it because he's more of a gamer for gaming's sake. He likes the game. He likes to play through it and finish it, and he's moving on. And he doesn't care about having that tangible thing as much as I do. And to me, it's as important to have it as the gaming experience. Because to be honest, folks, I don't really play that many games. I mean, I play a wide variety, but I never finish anything. And a lot of that, he asked me why I wasn't finishing games, and I said, you know, the ending doesn't live up to the game 99% of the time. The experience of playing through it is way more superior to actually finishing it. And I feel like that if I finish that game off, I'll never go back to it again. So if I play through it and I stop, you know, and I don't make it all the way through, I always go, well, I could always go back and finish that game, you know. And it really comes down to the fact that, you know, I don't finish it, but I love having the actual content. I love, you know, it's nostalgia as well. Going to the store, buying that game, peeling the saran wrap off, you know, the shrink wrap off of it, and open it up, flipping through that instruction booklet, that new booklet smell, the new plastic smell of the game or the disc when you open it up. You know, just leafing through the instruction books, which are getting thinner and thinner, and less, you know, artistic. But I don't know. I personally told Ben that if it comes down to being DLC is the way things go, they won't be making any money off of me. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy whatever little box that's going to hold these games is, because really, I mean, at that point, what's the difference between Sony's box and Xbox's box if it's just a program that it's running? It's an emulator machine. I mean, that's all it is, you know, and all your games are on there, and it's just one big emulator machine, you know. So I don't know. I feel like I got something in my eye. Sorry, folks, but I don't know. I just have a problem with that. And so I said the only thing that would get me to buy that this gen stuff is if they priced it cheaper than they already do. Because if they price that box at like $150 or $250 or whatever, and then you're just downloading DLC, you're not getting tangible disc, you're not getting a tangible case, a instruction booklet that needed printing and cutting and stapling. You know, all that cost should be wiped. But I know the games are still going to be 60, probably at that point, 70, 80 bucks, brand new, and they're not even going to be giving me anything but the game, but the right to play the game. And I just don't see it, you know. I told him I'd say fuck it to all the new systems and just play on my old systems. I mean, there's thousands of games, tens of thousands of games for all the platforms back from this last gen all the way back. Thousands, tens of thousands of games. There's no way I'll ever finish all those games in my lifetime. And, you know, it would have to be something... I don't know what it would have to be in order to get me to buy the emulator machine and buy the game. It would have to be an experience that there's no way I could have it any other way. So folks, anyway, I'm going to sign off. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I'd really like to know. I think you're with me, most of you. I know some of you are just in it for the games and gaming, and that's awesome, you know. Whatever floats your boat. But I know a lot of guys that got to be coming by here that watch on a regular basis like collecting too. So anyway, signing off, folks. Thanks for coming by, and see you next video.